Alright, hello. How's it going, people? Welcome back. It's a Monday. Hope you guys' Monday has been doing okay. I am doing just fine. But yeah, I've been working on comic book pages and whatnot for the Divinity for a bit now. I think I'm coming up to the end of this chapter. Right before, I usually do my checks to make sure everything is where I need it or want it to be. So I'll be doing that soonish. I don't think it was a very loud chapter, so there's not many sound effects and whatnot that were needed, so I don't have to worry about that so much. But yeah, little things here and there that I like to change or check. So I'll be doing that before I scan everything. And essentially it's just me making a list of things that I'm going to either do real quick, like by hand, or I'm going to choose to do in the computer. That's how I usually work. But yeah, so start of the video, so I'll do my usual spiel that I do periodically. I am selling original artwork. You guys like original artwork? You'd like to own some of my art. Can usually find it on most of my social media platforms, definitely on Instagram. You go to Instagram and you see my feed. Anything that you see that is fan art, you can grab it. Matter of fact, there is also a stories little thingy. What would they call those? What are those things called? Like a pinned area on my profile. It's like right there in this little circle. But yeah, usually I have, well, right now I have it's saved for all the different types of artwork that I have for sale, the traditional stuff. So if you see anything there, you like it, like to buy it, it is available to buy. Okay. What else? I am also open for commission. So, interested in essentially getting my services to work on a project or anything like that. I'm available. We will discuss prices and we'll go from there if you're looking to hire me. Mainly for character art. But if you have another suggestion, I'm open to it because, money be tight sometimes. I hate these scuff marks. Okay. So, I'm down to about 2 pages left that I have to work on. That's what we'll be working on today together. Hope that'll be cool. Let's see here. Stop that music for now. Also kind of got it at this zoom in because you guys can see better quality and whatnot. I think you can. Alright. Where we at? It's 9:07. Cool. Something interesting about this method that I use when I am kind of drawing pages is I end up always doing the second panel like first. Definitely if they're like split like this. I always start off from the top left of the page. So yeah. Let's see, I want to use this pencil. But no, this pencil there has a little bit of a point to it. I think that'd be pretty cool. So did anyone, do anything cool over the weekend? Uh, Anything happen cool over the weekend? I wonder. I was able to try a truffle for the first time. That was pretty cool. Wonder what's up with that little hole that's there. It's like a little hole on one side of it. And like, it's not like an actual hole. It's like this little dimple, I guess. And then on the other side is like this little protruding part. I wonder like what's up with what's the story behind that as far as like in production. But other than that, the chocolate was good. Tasted nice. Definitely want to get some more. Wish my mic wasn't picking up such feedback. It's like, well, I think it's feedback. I don't actually know what it is, but I guess it's hearing something and just having me hear it. So I don't know, but not pleasant. Definitely with the volume turned up a certain amount. see here. All right. Yo, how's it going, Thero? It's been a while. How you been? Pretty good. Yeah, I'm doing pretty okay. Could be doing better, but I'm alright. Just been working on the comic, framing, trying to trying to just get stuff done. I know you were working on a comic as well. How's that going? Or a comic idea, I believe. Actually, no, I think you've done comics. Yeah. Going. I've been going back and forth with stuff. One project I have story, but not as much motivation to keep pushing stuff out. Oh, where yeah, comics be difficult, but sometimes they're very fulfilling. Yeah, another I'm kind of stuck at writing part, but more excited to work on, and another is just this a cool idea I want to do, but character design roadblock. It would be smart to do one at a time, but I usually don't do small stuff. So starting out, I understand that. I mean, yeah, it's cool to rack up ideas and get things ready to go. But yeah, I feel like doubling down on which one you want to actually do might be a better idea. It might be easier on you, at least, you know. Um, like I've been doing the Divinity for a while now. That's like my main project, and I put a lot into it. But every now and then, well, I have like these little side stories, and I usually make them into one shots. But I try to actually make it whereas though if I wanted to, I could pick it back up and add way more content into it. It's all about what I feel like I can achieve at the time. Yeah. But yeah, I definitely want to return to some of those ideas. I think it'd be pretty cool. I have a couple lined up that I really want to touch again. As far as like one shots go. Kind of posted I think all of them at this point, like online. Because a lot of them were just kind of made for a contest. And I didn't feel like they'd perfectly work in the Divinity. So I just make sure they're separate. Oh yeah, Daryl, if you are still here, thank you. I think you're kind of the person who put me onto the technique that I'm using right now. Uh, you told me about the guy who draws Levius and kind of like what they were doing, so I kind of adjusted my process to be more like that. It's been working really nicely. Can't change now since I've already been doing that. Word. Yeah, man. Like, think about comics or just art in general. Yeah, I don't think I've seen him stream in a while either. I think it's because he finished Levius. I think I watched some work on some of the last pages and he just stopped uploading immediately afterwards. Yeah, when it comes to comics, I just don't like to feel like I'm working in the dark ages, you know? I wanna, I wanna, like, I wanna have techniques that essentially save me time, yet also kind of like allow me to feel good about what I'm doing, if that makes any sense. So, like, the way I'm doing things now makes me feel kind of like I enjoy what I'm doing. This process, I've been doing it a while now. I like how things kind of look. It gives me a certain amount of experimentation, but also a decent amount of reliability with my own skills and also with what I can do on the computer. So, It's a really nice balance. Yeah, when it comes to like the Dark Ages comment, it's just like sometimes I'll be sitting there wishing like, oh man, I wish Clip Studio allowed you to do this, or I wish Clip Studio allowed you to do that. And then I find out later that it can do that. I just didn't know it could or how it could. And a lot of that information isn't as widespread as it could or should be. So, yeah, it just takes time or knowing the right information or knowing the right people. It always makes you feel bad when you find out a technique's been in existence for like, I don't know, 5, 6 years and you've been doing it a whole different way, disliking certain parts of that process. A little bit drastic there. Feel you on that. Like I found a tool in Clip Studio that can outline a shape for you and just felt done. Right? It's it's like the little things, man. It's like I love working on comics, but there's parts of the process that I just don't like. Not parts that I feel like these are necessary, right? But it's like, man, if there was this little trick to it or something that make that so much easier. Like for a long time I was like, man, it'd be dope if in Clip Studio there was this tool where you could draw the storyboard, right? And you're drawing on the storyboards or the thumbnails. And then instead of having to copy and paste them onto the actual templates on like on Clip Studio, if you just had like an auto action or something where you could literally have it copy and paste it to there. And then recently I figured out something new. And it was just almost like me thinking of that idea and going, well, what's a lazy way I can achieve the same thing? It literally the same thing. And I said, okay, here's what I can do. If I set up my screen a certain way on Clip Studio, I can have it where as though the page document that I have open can be essentially not so big, but having the story panels, the story joint open, showing all the pages, I can have that bigger as a window. So when I want to draw the storyboards or the thumbnails, I can just make that window smaller and I can essentially draw directly on the actual page layouts as the storyboards. So I'm literally drawing directly on the pages digitally, but treating it like it's a thumbnail, making it into a small window where I can't focus on any details. I'm just focusing on layout design, shape language, you know? And I was just like, I could have been doing this. This is great. But I didn't rely on an auto action or something or having to download something from someone else. I just came up with it by just going like, what really makes a thumbnail is the fact that it's usually really tiny and it really allows you to focus in on the actual simplification of what you want to happen on that page. And I was just like, okay, like I can do it that way. And immediately I'm like, oh, well, all I got to do is go, how many pages do I want for the usual chapter amount? Open up that joint, and then I just do that process. I draw directly on it. I also keep it in double page spread format, so I'm always drawing 2 pages at a time. So it actually works out really well. Doesn't look so drastic there. Probably because I wasn't supposed to follow it like perfectly. Oh yeah. Yep. I've always kind of tried to board that way. Because that's literally, you open up a book, we see 2 pages. So, I always try to do it that way. Yeah, the feeling I've been drawing, I came a little bit off model recently. Let me check back. I recently found out Boichi posts videos on YouTube from time to time as well. Oh yeah, I've been kind of following him for a little bit. I've been liking a lot of his content where he's actually trying to give out details on essentially, the fact that he's a foreigner and how he kind of was able to break in and tips and stuff like that. I liked a lot of those things he kind of gave us tips on there. I haven't actually checked out much Boichi work, honestly. Um, I think he's great though, as far as like illustration goes. Like he definitely has understanding of like how much detail he can pack into a comic page. I don't like everything he does, but I think he does a lot of good stuff. I definitely like his YouTube page for a resource, and I think it's dope that he's using it like one. As much information as we're getting about manga these days, it always feels like there's another, there's more missing knowledge out there that we're not seeing. Yeah, I think only read one of his mangas, but I stopped because it got repetitive and weird. But him knowing the right moments to really detail stuff is something I gotta learn. Ah, that's interesting. The right moments to detail things. Don't think I noticed that from him when I checked out stuff. I've only peered at stuff like that here and there. I know he worked on Dr. Stone. And I think Dr. Stone might just be his, that might really actually be his most consistent thing as far as like his best thing. Um, but I know he worked on something called Origin. And I know he worked on some sort of, what is it called? Trigun. Um, some Trigun joint he was working on. Trigun one shot. Oh, and also did the Ace joint for One Piece. Yeah, so I know of a couple of them, a decent amount of them, I guess. I do not like the way he draws women, or more so depicts women, and I don't like the way he draws like kid girls. It's odd, like he can't get the face anatomy right or something. It's odd, but I know he can. But I just find it weird that he doesn't. And it's interesting. Origin, Sunken Rock, and another with an R, but I forgot the name. I think my favorite mangaka when it comes to like knowing when to like when to detail things. I guess I have two-ish. It's hold on. I had a like I thought I could burp. I didn't. I don't but Yusuke Murata, definitely in Ice Shield territory stuff. Sometimes in One Punch Man, more so in the beginning of One Punch Man than now, I would say. He details a lot more now. Um but the beginning of One Punch Man, most of Eye Shield, and also Katsuhiro Otomo. They do really well when knowing when to pull back details and also when to push them. There's a lot of faces in Akira that are not very detailed, but when he has to do a close up and a full page or something like that, you're gonna get all the crevices of this dude's skin on his face and all the folds and all that good stuff. Otomo's skill, Otomo's technical skill is just crazy. Word. Like people kept telling me the Akira manga was shot like a movie, and the other day I sat down and really looked at a couple pages, and it literally is like one. Yeah, it is, man. Yeah, Akira is probably my favorite manga. Um, I always wish I could create something as dope as Akira. Honestly, I think it's possible. I just got to dig deeper into my own stuff. It's like I don't feel like you can achieve Akira levels of quality if you're thinking about what everyone else is doing, or like you gotta just be dialed. You gotta kind of like learn as much as you can and just stop thinking about it and just dive deep into your storytelling and what you're trying to do with all the techniques. It'll just come out. It'll just happen. Plan some things, but most things you should just let show up on the page because you're in your genre, you're in your lane, and you're building it as you go too. So I think that's the only way to really like get something as dope as Akira. Same thing with most of the dope titles out there that just stand the test of time. But yeah, Otomo loves movies. I mean, seems like his favorite director was Stanley Kubrick. And if you know anything about Stanley Kubrick, is that he is very into getting the exact images he wanted. Um, he was very into figuring a way out to get exactly what he wanted on the screen. Same here on the having my own Akira part. I have two projects I feel I could do that with. I just get caught up in the writing part, where I set the parameters for what the ideas and concepts that'll be explored in the story. Then the rest is making it all connect. Nice. Yeah, man. It's possible. Kira's old. Kira's old, which means we got new tech and new this and new that, but all we got to do really is have the drive to like want to really dig deeper and really like put something down that we're like cool with putting down and standing on essentially as our own. Akira feels like this the ultimate thriller movie or something. There's all these little moving parts here and there. But ultimately for me feels like a thriller movie. It's like, oh snap, like there's action, there's suspense, there's drama. What's gonna happen next? You know, and it surrounds a lot. It basically surrounds Neo Tokyo and these events that could easily pop off and become, you know, another explosion that's gonna happen, type thing. And it always feels like it's right around the corner, as it was supposed to, I assume. I really like how he made that world feel as well. Lately, I was thinking about writing multiple stories that take place in the same world in a close time frame. Ah, word. Yeah, I won't be revealing exactly what time period or whatever is taking place in the Divinity, but um, yeah, there's there's a lot there, but I'm not talking about it yet because it doesn't need to be brought up yet. The story I'm telling right now is fine until, things get more complicated and more needs to be revealed. Yeah, that world basically felt chaotic, but lived in. Like, it's crazy. Like, that world really felt very chaotic and lived in. But the number one thing that I take away from it is, oh, if you haven't read Akira yet, like if you don't know the full story, I know you said you looked at it, but like if you read it, if you have you read it? More, that's the question. Have you read Akira, start to finish, the manga? If you haven't, I'm gonna just jump to the fact that you might not have it. Have yet to finish it. Word. See, yeah, yeah. Uh, if you haven't finished Akira, not just you, Thero, but anyone, it is a way more complete story than the anime ever got to be. It is a way better roller coaster ride than you think it probably is. And as great as the animation is in the movie, it doesn't compare to the full amount of storytelling and images that goes into the Akira manga. Like, there's so much. There's so many different characters that actually get to move around and be actual pieces on the board, if you will. Um, so much going on driving to this one main factor of what's actually happening here. There's a lot going on. And I still think that if you enjoyed the movie at all, definitely check out the manga. I always thought to myself, manga is it's the main source, while the anime is essentially the anime is an advertisement for the manga. And it really is, because there's just too much in the manga for the anime to have ever tried to cover. Yeah, I read he didn't know how he wanted to end it before the movie was made. You too lazy to read. Just look at the manga for the art. Well, I would say nah. It's not that complicated when it comes to writing either. I would say it's not like it's not like when Otomo looked at movies, to me, he was stealing like people like Stanley Kubrick and stuff like that, right? So I would say the imagery, yeah, the compositions are rock solid. Like all this stuff, the imagery is rock solid. When it comes to the writing, it's I would say decent, but it's not like, oh, we got a top tier writer to do all the dialogue here, and it's like it's not like that. It's again like a thriller. They have some buzzwords here and there. They have some conversation between two people that know each other, those type of things, and the story just goes from there. It's very easy to read, I would say. So even if you wanted to read it for the art, check it out for the art, you'd probably end up reading it anyway. It's not super complicated to read. Let's should put like some stuff here. All right, let's start back at the top and start filling in some of these darker areas. Alright, line weights are in there. Alright. I'm thinking of doing some timed exclusivity content on my Patreon. Definitely video wise. That way I can get more stuff out to you guys on YouTube. I'll be definitely thinking up some ideas to do next year. Or maybe I should plan something before the end of the year is over as well. I'm unsure. YouTube community is growing slowly and steadily, and I appreciate it. Kind of want to use my channel to just show, first of all, show the process of what I'm doing and share that with others. And then essentially to just share ideas and information so that we all can learn and improve together. If I ever have any content to drop or any merchandise or anything to buy, sure, I'll tell you guys about it, but channel mainly is for what I'd like it to be for, just in the end, sharing information. I kind of wonder what's Kubo's style gonna be like when he comes back. I mean, I know we already kind of got a glimpse at it, but like, I mean, I know he draws cool stuff. Yeah, yeah. But like, guess I'm not as well acquainted with his stuff. I've only bought a couple of his manga here and there. I've got like maybe 4 Bleach volumes in all, maybe 5. That's about it. Um, and I think Burn the Witch did have a manga. I have not checked that out, but I do wonder what his style is gonna feel like nowadays, since things are a bit more modernized. Well, then again, I don't know. I wonder where the bar is. Or if they even care. That's another thing. Even if someone moves the bar in shonen, no one has to necessarily look at that bar and go, "Oh, like this is the thing I need to do to be relevant." It's like not necessarily like Long as you hit this art style, have something that, stands out, and you hit these type of story beats, the usual fan base will check it out and flock to it essentially. And he's already Tite Kubo. He already created Bleach. It's just, people to come back to it. I hope it's closer to Arc. I think Burn the Witch was too clean, at least from what I remember. It was too clean? Like in what regard? Like it looked flat to you comparatively? Or do you just mean like it just didn't look like it had a certain level of details to it? Oh, I didn't do that one. Because I actually never checked out Burn the Witch. I I don't know. I haven't been a fan of a lot of random things. Like I didn't check out that when it dropped at all. I was just happy to hear my friends enjoyed it. Because they were the guys who were Bleach fans. I checked out Bleach every now and then. It's only one problem for me with Bleach, and it's a very small. Well, no, it's two problems, but I never kind of. I'm gonna say one problem more so because I didn't stick around long enough to see if that was the case. But basically, I didn't like how the fights felt. Um, I enjoyed more. How you say it, more practical sword fight type stuff, and they were doing shonen sword fight type stuff, where essentially the sword was the superpower, but it was also just another thing you would slash some with. It was cool. It just wasn't my type of cool. That's all. I think in some parts of Bleach, you could see it have more grit to it, and you don't recall seeing that in the Burn the Witch one. Which, oh, you don't recall seeing that? Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I guess not. I do remember seeing the anime, and even the anime looked very clean. How's it going, Ballpoint? How you been? Keep skipping these panels. Good, good. Good to hear. I've been just fine by the way. Just working on these comic book pages and getting things done. And this should be the first one for today. Well, for the stream. I recorded the process of this page, which I'll put on Patreon eventually. It's cool. Okay. Go ahead and put information on this. Oh, thank you. What page is this? 15? Yes. That's what it is. Actually, that has to be wrong, but I'm gonna just go with it. 14. Hmm. And this should be probably the easiest one to do, honestly. Okay. Get something to drink. How's the bookman coming, ballpoint? Coming along? Good. Good to hear everybody's projects are coming along. It's totally different. Hmm. Let's see here. Okay. What's you guys' favorite old school anime? No, what's your second favorite? Your second favorite old school anime? We're all gonna end up saying some of the heavy hitters anyway. I would have to say Bubblegum Crisis? Wow. That's dope. I was gonna say what's the name of this? I guess I'd have to go with Ninja Scroll. I'm not gonna go Akira, which would be my number one. I'll have to go Ninja Scroll. Is that how you say that? Ad police? Or is it something else? I think I remember something police back in the day, some sort of anime. But yeah, I saw Bubblegum Crisis when I was like really young. I guess finally like getting into anime more, and saw it on something called the Action Channel when I had cable, and I was just like, this is cool. I don't know what's happening because I'm too young, but yeah, it's cool. I just remember there was these women, and they would get in these robot suits, and they would transform and stuff, and they would fight things. I don't remember if they were fighting people or freaking aliens or monsters. I don't remember exactly anymore, but it was interesting. Hey, how's it going, Jerry? It's been a while. How you been? I'm not doing. I can just. They were called boomers. Really? That is a funny. That is a funny name. Just thinking about the time we're living in right now, and that's what they were called. All right. Are you serious? I gotta look it up. I gotta look it up. Wow, man. That really was the name. That really was the name. It's interesting. Now that I'm looking at some of the gifs and looking at some of the art for it, I'm like, yo, this kind of reminds me of Guyver. I am sadly not a Guyver fan yet. I haven't even checked it out, so nothing's a Guyver. I just wanted to always check it out. It sounds cool. I just never got into it. Well, I'm using this, but every now and then I use other things. But yeah, I practice lines. I honestly have been trying to lose that. Organic lines aren't as that straight, so it's almost better if I lose that ability to some degree. It won't look that cool anyway. All right, so this guy stepping out of the shadows. Let me get these lines here. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay. Tank Police and Akira is your other favorites? Word. I think my favorites is like Akira, Ninja Scroll, and I've been going back and forth between like Ghost in the Shell and like Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust. Um I think that movie's underrated in a certain way. Like I think there's some of the compositions, some of the shots in Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust are really good. It's just really good. The color grading and everything that's going on, all that stuff is really good. Nah, because rulers don't help you draw straight. I should know. Oh man. I see. Learning moment. So I use a blue here, but the blue was too dark in value for it to stand out well. But I know it's there. But it's way too dark to stand out in value. You want to go with something different? The PlayStation game? Become Human. Odd game called Become Human? Nah, you mean Detroit? Detroit Become Human? Alright, homie, I got school tomorrow, so I can't stay, but I'm gonna see you next stream. Alright, man. Peace. I'll see you next stream, man. Thanks for stopping by. Really appreciate it. Detroit Become Human? That's what you're talking about? Yeah, I've heard of it. Yeah. Haven't checked it out or played it yet, but why'd you bring it up? You watched the cutscenes? It was like a movie where That seems to be a thing that a lot of Sony games get these days, since they're really into making those cinematic gaming experiences. Everything they make kind of feels like it should have just been a movie. It's an interesting thing. They obviously enjoy that. I don't know if the developers do, but Sony does, because they do not. They seem to just double down on that idea. They're like, oh yeah, that's what we're gonna do every time now. It should have been a movie or a Netflix series. Could have been. Do you feel like it had some Ghost in the Shell qualities to it and stuff? I always thought, like, from the outside looking in, it had some of that. Some parts. Oh, that's a okay. It was heart wrenching. Oh, some parts I couldn't watch. I had to skip. Dang. Okay. Now I'm getting interested in checking out at least at least watching through some of the gameplay. I do enjoy me some movies. Oh wow. I'm just now realizing that I didn't flip this page. That's funny. Oh well. This page is gonna be backwards. Which means I'll have to redo the sound effects. I can do that. Hmm. Yeah. They're on YouTube. There's different endings. Oh, we're at Stope. I'm like, dang it, I really didn't flip this darn page. That is that is just fine. Let me see here. Yeah, I'll flip it in post. I'm just trying to be a genius about it or something. Trying to put some thought into it. See if I can gather some more information. Okay. We're gonna go with yeah, we're gonna go with dark pants, light shirt. Gonna have to buy more of these pens. These are dope, and it's dying on me. That's when you get the best gradient from when they're dying. Oh man. You might be right. You might be right about that. Oh, that's why you keep Sharpies when they're dead. Where I actually haven't used Sharpies much recently. For no particular reason. I have a few, but I haven't used them in a while. Hmm. See what you're doing with the feet there. Nice idea. Watching you work is informing what I do. Oh, word. Two things here. Looks like one. Yeah, one too many. Yeah. Alright, I think this is kind of where I'll end things. I got to work on a few pages today. Page here, work on this page before the other page I worked on, and you guys saw me work on this page as well. So yeah, all in all, pretty decent as far as speed goes. So I have a bunch of things that I have to go through, but I may be able to get this done. I will be able to get this done off screen or off stream, I would say. So, oh, thank you. So I should be able to get this done before next stream. So next stream we should have hopefully have things scanned, um, and getting ready to go on the computer. But I think next stream I'll try to do some fan art. Honestly, I think that could be pretty fun. Get some more originals kind of done and worked on. I have a little short list of things, and yeah, I may actually put up a poll on my Twitter since that's like my main social media at this point. Um, yeah, I'll put up a poll and see what you guys might want to see from me, from like some of my options on my list. But yeah, I'll do that. If you guys don't know, you can follow me on YouTube or Twitter or Instagram at Altrodesi, just like the name of this channel. Please subscribe to the channel if you like the content that I upload. If you like comics, if you like illustration, that's the type of things that I do. I'll be eventually putting up tips and spreading any information that I see that I feel like should be out there for a lot of us to learn about and have access to, which I usually do on my usual social medias, not usually through my videos yet. I have a Patreon. If you guys want to support the comic that I'm working on, or I guess this channel, please go there and throw me anything over there. $1, $2, $3, whatever you want. And usually I upload exclusive content, sometimes behind the scenes, even more than these videos are. I do more in-depth breakdowns of what I'm working on. And sometimes I even upload videos of me just working with no talking at all. To get to kind of see me, you know, I'm just working, essentially. But yeah, I like to upload things as far as written breakdowns of illustrations I'm working on and what I was thinking about. And even if it references or I was thinking about like other artwork that exists out there, I'll try to include that in my breakdowns as well. Yeah, thanks everyone who came by. I'll see you guys next time at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Either Monday, Wednesdays, or Fridays is when I stream. Alright, everyone. Peace.